Welcome to Hardin Local Weekly. We hope you're having a great Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon, I guess now. Day's gone by fast. Didn't even know it was the afternoon yet. Let me bring everybody else on. We're excited this week to have Casey and Romy joining us. Local favorites. How you guys doing?
Good to be on. Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. Of course, we got Scott, Lucas, and Nate. Ryan, what's up? How's it going, Nate? And Joe, John O'Brien.
Hey.
Got a bunch of events today, don't we? Bunch. Before we get started, I want to take a few minutes and ask you guys to each answer briefly. What's your big plan for spooky season? Is there one big event that you're looking forward to? And we'll start with Nate.
I don't like being scared at all. I already did mine. I went to Florida for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Courtney and I don't do scary stuff, so I'm working Halloween night, so may end up somewhere that Saturday, but I'm working, so it's okay.
Great. Yeah. What about you?
Nothing really. We're just I like watching horror movies. You know, I've always liked scary movies, whether it's Halloween or not. So I'm just looking to just some of the classics like Halloween, Tucky, Pet Cemetery. You know, those are the top three, I'd say.
Nice. That's great. What about you guys, Casey and Romy?
We are actually playing a BBT next Friday for a Halloween party.
Oh, yeah.
Come out. We're going to get dressed up. I think actually me and Jamie, one of the bartenders there, are doing like a little twinning costume. So I'm really excited for that.
And I think that's actually Halloween night.
Yeah, that's Halloween night.
Halloween night
at
local. And I'm so glad that you guys are all going to be there. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And we're all going to watch. John's going to dress up as an old fashioned, and it's going to be great. Yeah, makes the best.
I just stay that way.
Business, right?
I try.
What about you, John?
I'll be working too. I'll be there that night as well. So,
all right.
But
Next
pumpkin
Friday,
carving's fun. Pumpkin carving's fun. I like that too.
It is. Why don't you talk a little bit about what's behind you there, since we already know what you're doing.
So this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was from last week's paint your spooky thing in a vintage painting event at BBT. It was the book club put it on that we have here on Thursdays. So they kind of meet and talk about different books they're reading that week. But they decided to do something for spooky season. So a friend of mine who did this, Jessica Chisholm, amazing artist in Radcliffe. She did this great. It did not look spooky originally, but now it's got a ghost and a raven and a little plot over there. I don't know what's over there, and some pumpkins over here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Fun stuff.
Well, I'll try to make it out the next Friday. I think that's my weekend with my son. I have him every other weekend, so I may not be able to make it to that. But I will be at the Cosmic Golf Halloween party next Saturday, or this Saturday. I'm going to do that one. And then we're going to do regular trick-or-treating with my kid on actual Halloween night since I'll have him. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully his costume comes in time, you know. I hope so. All right. Before we get started, I want to do a quick call to action. Let me pop up our QR code here. We'd like to encourage you guys. It's over on this side, right above me, next to Nate, to scan that QR code, or go to hardinlocal.com, and you can download all the events we're talking about this week from the PDF. And you can also follow us on Facebook if you don't already follow us, and follow us. There's also a checklist there where you can sign up with your email. You can follow us on TikTok, YouTube. And if we really want to encourage people that use YouTube, you have an account, you watch it quite often, please go follow us on there. You'll get to help us get more followers on YouTube. All right. Nate, or not Nate, but Scott, this is something that I always do.
That's fine. You know, it happens. I don't
Nate,
I can ad-lib it. I'll be all right.
Well, Nate's going to be interviewing Casey and Romy. Romy.
Yeah.
Always had problems with pronouncing names properly. That's not personal. And probably why it's a better idea that Scott does the interviews. So we'll let Scott go ahead and get started on that. Here you go, Scott.
All right. So, Casey, Romy, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Real quickly, for those of you who are watching, if you don't know a little bit about me, I'm always into music. You know, we have a very musically oriented family. So I listen to things from classical music to rock to rap, gangster rap, hardcore metal, lots of different things. So I'm glad y'all came here, and thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for having us, man. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem. So I try to think of some creative questions that probably y'all don't get a lot, because I didn't want to be that Me Too person where it's the same question. So I tried to think of something more creative, and then I had a little bit of an AI assistance to kind of help me articulate some things. So the first question I want to ask is, y'all perform a lot of songs, and I'm just curious, what's that one song that you perform and it gives you chills every single time that you do that?
So, I love that you asked this question, and I was kind of thinking about it, and it's kind of interesting because obviously whenever you have that connection with the audience and you're performing a song, sometimes it's not the same song. There's certain artists that I really connect with, Lady Gaga, Chappelle Roan, Fleetwood Mac. And there's been times where I'm singing and it's unplanned, and I just get the hairs on my arm, my neck, my arm starts tingling, and I can feel that the audience is really connecting with me. So for me, it's a very organic, kind of natural thing. And I wouldn't necessarily pin it on a song, but I just think, Fleetwood Mac, Lady Gaga, Chappelle Roan, those are artists that I really connect with. And so I think in that moment, it's just a really beautiful shared experience of just, we're all on the ride for that song, and then it's over, once the song is done. But it's a really beautiful experience.
I'll tag on to that just a little bit and kind of put Romy on report here, but she is, I remember when we were learning one of the Chappelle Roan songs right down here in the basement that we're sitting in right now. And we literally had to go over that thing 25 times because she would start crying about midway through the first verse every time. And it was amazing to watch it because she felt it. I mean, and I could feel it. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there and I'm tearing up too. So
right.
Yeah.
We're both very emotional artists, I think.
So.
And it's very, I think for anyone that's seen us perform, it's very energetic, and, you can feel everything that's going on stage. And so I think it's kind of a beautiful thing of, live performance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I like catching y'all live. And so that kind of leads to my next question. Y'all do a lot of different covers, different genres. Tell me about one time you gambled on a totally unexpected genre twist live. And did it land, or did it kind of flop?
I think that we've been pretty blessed in that we have a great fan base. Our friends and our fans and our family that come to see us are very accepting about whatever we do. But if, we know what our niche is. But I will tell you that pretty recently we added "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan, which is an R&B song. I obviously do not sing a lot of R&B of that format, and we did that song and it went over huge. So that was a surprise. I was actually kind of nervous about doing that one. Oh. I would say "Man in the Mirror" is another one, kind of out of our typical ball of wax, but people have loved it. That's turned out to be a huge hit. And then kind of on the other side, one of our original songs called "Coming on Me" is metal. I mean, it is metal. There's no other way to put it. It's the heaviest song that we do. And every once in a while, we'll whip that out. And people, we've had people come up and say, "Oh, that's my favorite song on your record." And it's just from people that you would not expect to be saying that. So I think that we've been very blessed that none of them have flopped. They've all been A1. So.
And he was kind of stuck in the 80s. So thankfully I brought him to current top hits. But, we do Miley Cyrus now. We do, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga. And I don't think he would have ever thought he would be doing those songs. But it's pretty funny that he's doing Miley Cyrus, being that he is from such a metal rock background,
She has definitely expanded my horizons in that regard. I would be the first one to admit that. And it's been a good thing for me.
Yeah,
absolutely. And conversely, this where I came from, she wasn't alive when a lot of that stuff was going on yet, because I'm a little older than she is. But now, and she sings those songs from the 80s and those metal songs. I mean, she sings these male Ronnie James Dio songs, one of the greatest heavy metal singers of all time. She had no idea who he was before we met, and now she sings those songs with so much passion. It's incredible. So I think we've both learned from each other on that, and it's been great.
That's good. And speaking of which, you mentioned one of your original songs. That kind of ties into my next question. what usually shows up for your originals? Is it a lyric, a riff, or a feeling, or can you name the song?
Yeah, I mean, for me,
a little bit?
yeah, for me, I really have to get emotionally inspired, and it can be happy, sad, confused, trying to understand a situation. As long as I'm emotionally triggered in some way, I mean, the words just flow out of me. So for me, I tend to kind of write poetry, and then I will add that to the music. And, you know, I mean, I've been writing music since I was 6 years old. I used to have a keyboard with presets in it. And so there was Elton John, you know, the Beatles, Michael Jackson. And of course, at 6 years old, you don't know that these are already songs. Right. And I would create my own songs to them, you know. So for me, that's always been, writing has been a huge outlet. And so for me, as long as I'm emotionally triggered in some way, you know, I'll just get to writing. And I mean, I could write 3-4 songs depending on the situation. So, which I know for you is probably a little different.
Yeah, for me it is a little different because, you know, I'm a musician first. You know, so typically when I'm coming up with songs, it'll typically start with a guitar riff 9 times out of 10. And then I'll play it, record it, usually on my phone, and then just start hearing melodies in my head and put those melodies together. I will tell you that Gotta Find My Way, one of our original songs, is probably a good example of probably the most collaborative song that Romy and I have done together. And I had come up with this little riff and gave her the riff. And then we kind of, I think to the best of my recollection, we were just humming, you know, trying to figure out what sounded good. And I think we kind of came up with a melody almost together. And then she wrote those lyrics. I mean, just nailed them. And they just came flowing out of her so easily. And they're great lyrics. I mean, you know, I think it's probably one of the strongest songs we've done for sure.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting too, because at this point we've recorded, you know, I don't know, 6 or 7 originals. And so we always go in with the song, you know, we have an idea of what the song is going to be. And it's been really awesome. Dustin Spencer has done some of our recordings and, you know, other producers as well. And once we get to the recording process, it's really fun to be able to get their input as well. So I think that there's huge moments in a lot of our original songs that someone else is like, why don't you guys do this? And that's been pretty incredible. Like even in the bridge for Gotta Find My Way, that, you know, there's like this, you know, thing. And it's just awesome.
I'll tell you one other one. There is a song that no one's heard yet because we haven't finished it. We've been working on it, if you want to call it working on it, for, I guess, 4 or 5 years. And it's kind of on the back burner, and we'll get to it at some point. But I played Romy the riff in the basement of our old house. There was and it was just the guitar part. She came downstairs and said, oh, I think I have something cool. And I played it for her, and tears, bam, right off the bat. I mean, right away. And that was just the music. And that's how deeply I think that, and that's Burning Down. And
that's a good song.
Yeah, I can't wait to have that one out there for you.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. And that kind of leads into, you know, I'm hearing that you get inspired from like flow state or whatever comes natural. So what would you say is the weirdest place a song idea ever found you? And did that track keep that original spark, or did it just evolve into something different?
You want me to get that one? Well, you know, I've had song ideas come to me, you know, all the time. And these things are great. For, you know, you just hum into them, you get a little voice recorder or whatever, which is such a great tool. I think we've all heard artists talk about how they wake up in the middle of the night or whatever. But a couple of years ago, Romy and I were at the Portland Zoo with my grandkids. And the monkeys were going off in this monkey enclosure. And I was watching my grandkids just sit there and enjoy these monkeys. And Romy and I were watching the kids enjoying the monkeys. And that kind of was, that was an inspiration for a song that I'm working on right now. Oh, and I just remember thinking about that like, here we are at the zoo on a family day out, and I'm turning that into a rock song somehow. So I don't know exactly how that worked out, but
it's kind of interesting too. And I think for people that are, you know, artists, musicians, you know, et cetera, you can just kind of be living life and a melody kind of come to you. And I think that that's kind of a really special thing. I mean, he's always humming and, you know, harmonizing, and like sometimes I'm like, be quiet. Like, you know?
She'll be like, why are you talking to yourself?
Get some silence. But But usually, it's you're just kind of living life. And I mean, I've had moments too where we're driving in the car and I just start humming something, and I'm like, that's a really good song. And so, like you said, we'll record it. And so it's kind of a beautiful thing, I guess, I don't know, a gift of the, universe to just be able to hear that music, even if there's nothing playing.
Yeah, I was about to say some divine intervention because usually
Yeah.
those nudges mean something. And now going into like your live experiences, what would you say is one live event or moment that permanently changed how you perform? Do you remember what happened or what shifted?
Well, there's been a number of those, over the course of my career that I can remember, but a couple for sure. I was wearing these boots on this big stage in front of a huge crowd one time, and the stage was grated, and the little rubber part on my heel of my boot was coming loose, and it got stuck in one of those grates, and I kept going in front of around 20,000 people. And so what do you do other than stand up and play the big guy, right? But I will tell you that I have been cognizant of that since that day. I am checking my shoes. I am kind of watching. I have literally not fallen on stage again since then. And that was
knock on wood.
I know. Next Friday night at BPT, come on out and watch me take a spill on stage because I just jinxed myself.
Now, going with that, since we all know rooms have different personalities, different crowds, and you've been frequent at BBT a while. So let's say if it's not BBT and it's a brand new venue, how do you kind of read the crowd in the first couple minutes to like adjust your set?
Yeah. So for those of the people that have ever seen our shows, we don't have a set list. The only time we ever use a set list is for big festivals because, you're on a time limit and you need to know what's coming next. Outside of that, we usually call things on the spot. And so it really varies. For me, it's always really important to kind of like serve the audience per se. And I really like to see what people are connecting with and just kind of go off the energy. It's kind of funny because we don't play wineries too often, but when we do, I mean, we may start off with a really slow set and be doing AC/DC in the next set. It just depends on the audience. And so I think that we tend to be really good about trying to figure that out. And if we feel like for whatever reason things aren't landing, we'll just ask the audience, what do you guys want to hear? And we just kind of try to cater to them for the most part.
For sure.
Okay. Now, you all are on what? Spotify. You're on a lot of different streaming channels. And, we know that streaming pushes the singles and algorithms. So how has that changed how you write or release music? And has it been for better or for worse?
That's a huge topic in the business these days. How has it affected our writing, my writing, her writing? I can't 1,000% speak for Romy, but I can tell you it's affected nothing for me. I write the same way that I did before that was a thing. Cool. I write what it comes from my heart. As far as the business side of releasing it, that's changed. Obviously, there's no one's buys records anymore. We have our All I Can single out there that's been downloaded. I mean, hundreds of thousands of times, literally. I think there's 280,000 views just on the video. Now, of course, had we had a single in 1990 that sold 500,000 singles, and we had the world's worst deal, we're still making 40 or 50 grand. I think we've made, around $13.47, and we spent that at Buc-ee's. So, but it's not. We are fully aware that the business side of the business is something that is somewhat out of our control. We write what we want. We hope that the people that we are giving it to like it, and if they like it, we're gonna like that they like it.
But as a whole, unfortunately, back in the day, artists used to be able to actually make money off their music, with merchandise, selling CDs, selling records, touring. And unfortunately now because of streaming, I think Spotify pays their artists like 0.001% of a penny, so unfortunately you just can't make a lot of money doing it. You have to really just do it because you love it.
Definitely.
I will tell you this just real quickly. You can go on YouTube and Google John Denver and Peter Frampton testifying in front of Congress about this very subject. And Peter Frampton's "Oh Baby, I Love Your Way" has been downloaded over 1 billion times, and he's made like 20 grand. And that is, that's a shame.
Yeah,
definitely. So in an alternate timeline, if you weren't performing right now, where would each of you be, and what would still drag you back to a stage?
So for me, ironically enough, when I met him, I had just graduated college, and I was choosing between Dubai and China. I was going to go teach English abroad and travel the world and live my best life. And then I met Casey Bank. No, but we kind of met and fell in love and the whole nine. And then, 6 months later, we were living in Kentucky. But at that point, I had only lived in San Diego, California. So I thought, before I leave the country, let me go live somewhere else. And, to my surprise, I ended up falling in love with Kentucky and, consider it home now.
Yeah.
But in terms of performance, I've been performing since I was 6 years old. I mean, I was, offered a record deal at 16, doing TV performances since I was 10 years old. So this was something I was always going to do. And when I graduated high school, I had the option to move to LA and kind of pursue my music dream. And I just kind of thought to myself, if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, what do I fall back on? And so I decided to go get my degree just to have something else.
Right.
And so the timing actually ended up being pretty good, because when I did graduate, I was ready to get back into music. And then obviously, through Casey, my live performance, singing, live music has been greatly expanded because of that. So, but I'll still perform. I'll be doing something, with someone.
I think once for anybody out there that's done this before, once you've got that bug, and once you've been bit by that bug bite never goes away.
Right.
That's fair, yeah.
And even if you're not doing it, it's still in there. I mean, it is. You've heard people say, being on stage is better than this or better than that, and it is.
Definitely. It's kind of like when somebody gets the entrepreneur bug, and it still sticks with them. So beyond playing music or playing a gig, what do you hope your duo leaves behind in this community over the next few years? For next few years, sorry.
Well, I would like to think that we were a staple of the E-Town music scene, specifically when downtown was getting revitalized. And we've always kind of been the band where everyone's got a seat at the table. Anyone is welcome. I think we both really pride ourselves on, if there's a new person at our show, we go up, we introduce ourselves. We try to form some kind of bond with that person. And I hope, the community remembers us, that we were, that we filled the town with joy and laughter and unity. And, and hopefully we continue to bring that as well, obviously. But I think we both love Hardin County. We love E-Town. And that's why, at some point we decided to buy a house here and, kind of place roots here. But I love my little community, and I love E-Town, and I love living here. And I just hope that, we are just able to continue to bring all the love to E-Town.
Yeah, I'm going 100% second that, in that, that's the most important thing to us, is that, when people think about Casey and Romy, and you'll see me put it in my personal posts, as I always say, come out and get some great memories made. When people think back about their time at our shows, or getting to know us, or whether we've ended up having dinner at their house, or we've made so many friends in this community, and we feel blessed to be here. You people right there on that screen, all 5 of you, we've all had personal experiences together out on this town together, and I know there's going to be many more. And I hope that when people think back on us, that they think all positive.
Yeah.
Well, I know we will, and I know it looks like that time. So I won't get to the last question, but one last thing for you all. If there's one event that you want to tell everyone about, I know you got BBT for next week or so. Is there anything else that y'all are doing, or we could just drop your website? And
well, I'll tell you what, I'll throw one out there, and this is a long distance one. But Romy and I are going to be with our full band in San Diego at the House of Blues on January 10th. We have Todd
in
San Diego, California.
Cool.
And there have been a number of people from here come out to those shows in the past. And for anybody that does come from here, you contact me personally. I will take care of your ticket. You get yourself to San Diego. We'll take care of your ticket, and then we'll
ticket to the show.
Ticket to the show, not your airplane ticket.
There you go.
But we'll
Nice.
take care of your ticket to the show, and then
And help you with lodging
and
too.
we
yeah.
will get you help with lodging, and we will take you out and show you some things around Southern
Yeah, and tell them who
California.
else is in the band.
George Palacios is our drummer. You'll see him in our video. He also plays with Rick Springfield. He plays with Sammy Hagar, with a number of other folks like that.
Yeah.
And our bass player is Todd Howarth. And for those of you who just recently saw Ace Frehley from Kiss passed away, Todd was Ace Frehley's lead singer in his solo band. He's also toured with Cheap Trick for the last 20 or 30 years as keyboard player. He was in Ted Nugent's band. So these are top level pros that we are blessed to have working with us. I've worked with both of those guys for years. And I'll tell you something about both of them. As great as they are musicians, they're better people. And we are happy to be surrounded by guys like that.
Yeah. Blessed to join
Well,
us.
George Palacios played the State Theater here with us in town. So a number of people here in Eat Pound were able to meet him, and I think that they would echo that same sentiment.
Good. Well, thank you for the questions. All the questions I have. So if you're watching live or the replay, please let us know what your favorite music genre is. But right now we will move to Phil, and we have Nate Bryan doing business news.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Love y'all.
You guys.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your week, guys.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we ready for me? Okay.
Yeah,
The business briefs with Nate Bryan, BBB. I'm waiting for somebody to make up an AI logo because we were talking that we love AI stuff. That's wrong. Anyway,
Well, I'll go ahead and break that for you.
I did not think that this would ever happen, but we are leading off with laundry, but in a good way. Pop's Coin Laundry, I took some photos the other day, is opening in what we call Big Lots Plaza. I think it's called E-Town Plaza. It's also been called Priceless Plaza, Houses Plaza. It's got several names. It's where Big Lots is. So right behind Double Dragon, if you keep going down, it's going to be Pop's Coin Laundry. They even took over the section next to them, too. It's opened by Carol and Leonard Brown. It's not open yet. I don't have an exact date. Carol was nice enough to send me a message on Facebook Messenger. She says, we will have 23 washers and 30 dryers ranging in sizes. This does include two 60-pounders, which will allow for comforters and washable rugs to be washed. I know people have already asked about that. We will eventually start a fold and wash service. Again, people have asked about that. But first, we will get up and going. That makes sense. There will be a soap machine if you get any products. One of the pictures I showed, I think you saw the soap machine or at least the change dispenser. She said, we are excited to serve our community. We have heard from so many in our community, including the mayor. I saw that Jeff Prairie posted about them, that this is a need and we are happy to serve. I say laundry plural because over by Helmwood Plaza, the Wendy's Duncan side of the Roses Shopping Center, a Maytag laundrette was approved in 2024 by the city planning and zoning, and it is under construction as well. So with E-Town growing, all the apartments and stuff, sometimes people just can't afford a washer and dryer. I think both of these serve a huge need to this. Something that a certain someone's family member tipped me off to joke. Laker Drive-In has confirmed to me on Facebook that, yes, they are looking into an E-Town location. They have not signed a lease yet. They are looking at downtown. But like I said, the lease is not signed yet. I love their burgers. I love their shakes. I know that Danny O'Brien loves their peanut butter shake. I was actually at Anakisa when I found this out and then got confirmed. I don't know what it would be. I have been told it would be sit down with all three meals, which would be great. I know that they do serve burgers like JR Neighbors, Hub House, Social Mania, but I think they all have a different version. As far as the desserts, I don't think anybody offers what all they have. And this is just me spitballing here, but we know what's about to happen with West Hardin Middle School. It's about to close with the new one going to Cecilia Valley. So I would think that we know that what's going to happen to business once West Hardin shuts down, unless Hardin County finds another use for that. So obviously, if I'm a business connected to a school, you want to have a backup plan just in case something happens. I don't know what the plan is going to be, if they're going to try to run two, if it's going to be a replacement, or what's going to happen, but that's just my guess. In other downtown news, Harlow, the Juice Bar, has vacated its spot in the Gregory Building. That was a nice remodel over there. They are still running them out of their personal, but they do no longer have the brick and mortar. And Wawa has broken ground in Radcliffe. That'd be nice. I love Wawa. I love their gas stations. I love their subs, clean bathrooms. I love their designs. It's just a great gas station. Oh my God, you're getting excited about a gas station. Well, yeah, it's a nice gas station. So is Quick Trip. So is Hux. And it's obviously forced the other places to step up their game. Wawa has broken ground in Radcliffe. I know that they have been moving around in E-Town. So both Wawas, I think I'd be shocked if they're not both open in 2026. I think that's fair. And I didn't post on this. I will later in the week. But if you've driven by Kroger, oh my goodness gracious, are they moving along over there? That Kroger coming out near Government Center, Servants Valley, Dollar General, wherever you want to call it. It's going to be almost 2.5 times bigger than Publix, and obviously Publix is doing well too. And a couple other things that are coming up. One of E-Town's newest restaurants, Yokefellow, will be opening soon. I will be getting a sneak peek there tomorrow and breakfast. And then Thursday, I can't say it yet, but a business that I know a lot of people have talked about. It was a business that shut down. I will be meeting with the new owner personally on Thursday. I hope to have the video sent to Phil, hopefully Thursday, not Friday, so we can get that up and have a blurb about it. But big changes in store for a huge property. And I think there's going to be good news coming out. I think people are going to be excited. So, and also a couple other things. Featured Whistle Stop in Glendale. If you saw a post, Small Town USA mentioned them on a Facebook post. Obviously, Whistle Stop's won a ton of awards. I think they've been banned, not really banned, but just blocked from Kentucky Living because they've won the best restaurant so many times. Just give somebody else a chance to win. They've been added to their Hall of Fame. Whiskey House is that all those tall buildings. If you're going from Central Hardin to Stevensburg, it's all those buildings over there. They were featured in Wired magazine for their tech and liquor industry. They make they don't have their own brand. They do it for other brands. So I think what they've done is kind of cool. And obviously Freddy's, I did get video of that the other day. I was able to get in. This is exterior. If you see, they have a ton of outside seating over there. I think 20 or 10 tables I counted, maybe more than that. So it's got a lot more seating than the one in Radcliffe. Because they were still training, I had to stop what I was doing as far as some certain videos that because we didn't want any workers to be involved. They hadn't signed off on anything. But you can see their seating there. It's there is their menu board. I also posted pictures of the menu. So I went there Friday morning before I went to Gatlinburg, and then on Sunday after we got back, I actually went to the drive-thru too and got right. It was hot. It was fresh. They were friendly. So it was great. So I think they're going to do well. But yeah, it is now open. I think they open at 10:30 on weekdays. So Freddy's is out there at Menards Light. The light is not working too. When I went out there Friday, the light was not. I guess on Saturday and Sunday.
That's great. Thank you, Nate, for a great update. And speaking of Lakers, I'm pretty excited about that. I know I have memories of my dad taking me there when I was a teenager, and I've always gone back because we live in Cecilia. So it's good news to hear. Also, I think everybody's going to be very excited to hear about the one business that Nate can't talk about yet until after Thursday. So keep an eye on Hardin Local because we definitely are excited as well. And we know you guys will be too. And we will put that out as
You
soon
get
as we
news
have that
sometimes
information.
that isn't for other people. Isn't that right? Nate?
Occasionally.
What was that?
We get news from people that want to go to us instead of like another channel. Is that right?
Yeah, they specifically asked for us. They specifically asked for me.
Well, that's
I've been
good.
working for a while, and
Doing a good job, Nate.
my patience and being nice about it. Say, okay, just whenever y'all are ready, let me know. I wasn't pushy about it. So
That's great.
Good.
I still don't know, but they've kept me in the dark too. So I don't know what the name is going to be. I don't know what all the offerings are going to be. I am kind of going into it. I just know where it's going to be, and that's about it.
All right, well, let's go over to events. You ready, John?
Oh yeah, always ready. So big thing, just the parents, a parent resource. Visit the Hardin County Public Library website or the Facebook page. They've got tons of things that are great for kids throughout the week. Just look at that. It'll have a lot of information that you can take the kids to go do. But today we've got the Flywheel Trivia League. It's going on. So it's a so many week league that they got Sign up each time, show up each week, and it's from 7 to 9. You can win the belt at the end of the league, and you actually get to name a beer that comes out after that. So it's kind of a cool little process for that trivia. Also, trunk or treating is beginning tonight. It seems like big time. Chick-fil-A's got theirs from 5:30 to 7:30 tonight. Balloon animals will be there, face painting, and of course candy. You got to have candy. All right. Tomorrow, there's a cool Fort Knox glow hike going on at the Sadowski Center in Fort Knox, 6:30 to 8:30. It's $5 a person. It includes some glow gear, so you can have some stuff when you're hiking around. It's a pretty cool little thing. I wish I wasn't working tomorrow night to do that. Also, the pumpkins in the park, that's just going on all the time. There's 10 pumpkins. Get your little slip from the park department there down by the docks, and then fill out all the stuff, put it in there. You can win a prize at the end of that event. Really cool little thing to kind of take your kids around to and check out all the cool pumpkins out there.
And I think that goes until like November 3rd or something like that.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's the second, and then they're going to draw on the third, I believe. Yeah. Thursday downtown, there's a lot of stuff going on downtown. Singo night at Hub House. Teddy's over there. Go see Teddy. It's pretty much they'll play a little bit of a song, and if you know the song, you can put it on your bingo card, and if you get a bingo, you win a Singo, and they win a prize. I think usually they give gift cards away there. Ladies' night at Impellizzeri's, or I like to call it It's Pizza Larry's, because a lot of people cannot say Impellizzeri's in E-Town for some reason. I don't know why. It's very simple how to say it, Impellizzeri's, but It's a Pizza Larry's is way easier. So over at Pizza Larry's, they've got ladies' night, specials on appetizers, drinks. So ladies, go check it out. Get you some cheap food and a little bit of the drink. Karaoke night at BBT is going to be Thursday night, so we're going to be rocking out to Jimmy. I think he's going to dress up maybe this week. I don't know, maybe next week. He's going to dress up one of these days, and it'll be fun to see him try to work the karaoke equipment while have all the stuff on him, because he usually does a bunch of face things. So come out to BBT Thursday for that.
Good to see you too, Teddy.
Oh yeah, Teddy. Smoking Oak at Revival, vintage whiskey over on Helm Street. So you can go if you smoke a cigar and you like a little sip, go hang out. If you just like to smoke a cigar, hang out and do that. I mean, I know some people still like that without drinking. They've got water and soda and other stuff there too. A little back patio to hang out and talk to your friends. Friday nights. Smelt My Cleats Trunk or Treat. It's all out there at the Hardin South Hardin Sports. 4:30 to 5:30 is the setup. So if you got your trunk or treat, you want to set up for the event, 4:30 to 5:30, and then the event starts at 6 to 7:30. They're accepting host trunks. You need to email them at southhardinsports@gmail.com if you want to get in on that. Oh yeah. It is karaoke at BBT, so it is going to be a karaoke. So dress up this Thursday. Another trunk or treat. We've got Sonora United Methodist on Friday. Out of Sonora, not United Methodist, it's sort of Sonora. 6 p.m. Life Point Church Fall Festival is 6:15 to 8:30. That's 410 or 401 West Poplar in E-Town. It includes a chili cook-off and a bounce house and trunk or treat.
That
Delta's-
karaoke is actually next Thursday. Just so you know.
It's next Thursday. Oh man,
The 30th. Just so you know.
See, look at that. Stacy's on it.
Stacy's on it next Thursday.
So yeah, we've got Delta Sigma Theta Halloween party. So it's 21 and up because it is at the Motees in Vine Grove from 7 to 11. It's $25 if you buy your ticket online, 30 at the door. There's a costume contest with prizes, and money goes to the FAAC Scholarship Fund. So good cause. So if you want to check that out, it's a fun little time. And if football is your thing, the weather is getting just right, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Mhm.
guys like fall weather? Fall weather is my favorite weather. I don't know
It's mine
if you
too.
all like it or not. Okay,
I
it
prefer
just
summer, but yeah, it's fine.
see, I get hot in summer. I love a nice little hoodie weather. You know, I can get to
Mhm.
get comfy, take it off if I need to, but I'm comfy in it.
See, what would I
So
wear?
yeah,
Summer or winter? I'll wear like
see,
that.
you got
Yeah.
suns out, guns out every day. I don't think that. I mean,
I love
that's
a good
every day.
flannel, love wearing the flannels and the hoodies, just like you. I don't like that it gets dark early and all that. And in a couple weeks, it's
Okay,
gonna get dark real early, I think.
you are
But
correct. It will be. But yeah, cold weather means that football season's really rolling. We got John Hardin versus E Town, 7:30 this Friday. North Hardin versus DuPont Manual, 7:30 as well. Central Hardin and Meade County, 7:30, and then Fort Knox at Hancock County at 7 p.m.
what do you think about those football games, Nate? Anything that stands out?
That John Eatown game obviously is huge. Both of them are coming off some big wins. John Hardin won on last week. I think Eatown also beat undefeated Taylor County, if I was correct. Maybe it was John. But both of them are coming off some good wins. So this is huge. I know that football teams have kind of struggled this year. All of them, I don't think anybody's going to be expected to go to like the state quarterfinals or anything, but it's always big for bragging rights. I know that Eaton and John didn't play for a while, so it's good to have that back on schedule. And Central Meade's always a good rivalry. John Hart or Knox is facing a tough game because Hancock beat John earlier this year. I know that they're solid, and North Hardin playing Manual. Manual's very tough. They're one of the best public schools in Louisville, as we know. Sorry, Scott, but the Trojans are in for a rough game this week.
Hey,
As if
they
and
can
if
handle
any
it.
team,
They
and
can
if
handle
any,
it.
I'd say that if Manual played any local team, it's not just North, Central, Meade, John, Knox, LaRue, whoever you want to throw in that mix. Maybe we've got a Grace or a break.
Everyone has it. I'll go for my Trojan.
I wish them well, but Manual's pretty solid this year. But if anybody can play with them, it's North. I think North's probably got the most athleticism. Then I know Central's beat up. Meade's struggled. John's offense is pretty one-dimensional, even though they have a great running back. I don't think the other teams match up with them as well as North can. And North has some playmakers, but Manual's awfully tough.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
I think you're muted.
Saturday. Trunk or treat again. We're doing all these trunk or treats. Trick or treat at the superintendent's revenge. Lindsay, well, that's something else. Hold on. Scare away hunger. Feeding America. So that's going to be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Peterson Drive, 300 Peterson Drive. If you want some more information on that, go to feedingamerica.org /scare / Trick or treat superintendent's revenge is a golf scramble. There are so many golf scrambles. I didn't know there were so many golf scrambles till I started doing this. It's like almost every week there's a golf scramble. But this one is going to be $40 to $50 or $40 to $70 based on your membership at the Lindsay golf course. The fall vendor fair is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Smith's Crossing in Ronnieville. There is a walk to end Alzheimer's out at Freeman Lake at 10 a.m. Is the registration. Walks at 11. They have a pre-registration online. If you want to go do that, we'll have that on the PDF. It's a really good cause. It's a tough thing that takes so many people away from us before it really takes them away from us, right? So definitely something we should invest time and money to kind of help find a cause for that and a cure. Cats Bats Trick or Treat is going to be 1016 Pear Orchard Road, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The ARC 36 birthday bash is 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at PetSmart. Sportsplex Trunk or Treat 1 to 4 on Saturday there, Elizabethtown Sportsplex. Trick or treat at the Becca's Place Gymnastics, 1 to 2:30. It's 4210 Litchfield Road. There's a fall festival at Hospice, the thrift shop, from 4 to 7. Family skating at the skate land in Radcliffe from 4:30 to 6:30. So that's a fun little thing. Free skating. I think it's the first 100. So get in there quick. But that's pretty awesome that they're doing free skating. Uh, really cool. We did it the other day. Jamie and Jalen and myself. We were having a fun time out there on the skate land floor.
Did you need to
So
put that penguin like I did when I went ice skating?
the what they don't have any guides there. You just got to do it. I was surprised that they had size 15 skates for one thing. That was going to be, but they had my size, and I put them on there. And I used to skate a little bit back when I was in middle school into a little bit of high school, so I had a little bit of remembering that. So it wasn't too bad, but we had a fun time.
We got a quick question for you
Oh
while
yeah.
you're in the middle of there. Chuck Hall's asking, what bands are at BBT Friday and Saturday? And did Carbless get restocked with favored flavors? That one.
Oh,
Mhm.
carbless. I think we got the carbless back in. And I don't know who's playing, if it's been posted yet or not. Usually it kind of posts in the middle of the week, but Stacy may be able to pop on there and let us know who's playing
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday.
If you do, Stacy, we'll share it. And if you
But
don't know now,
also,
that's fine.
yeah, also on Saturday at noon, we're going to have a kind of a 10th anniversary tasting at BBT. So it's 10 years we've been open here now.
Wow.
And we're doing a bourbon tasting at noon. The first few that come in are going to get in. We only have a limited seats on that tasting. I think there's 20 some spots. So get in here early. We'll also have 2 original bartenders be coming back to bartend from 2 o'clock to 6. So that's going to be a fun time.
And what day was that? Saturday?
Saturday. Yep. Saturday.
Stacy did comment about something else.
Yeah.
He said, don't forget the Central Girls Soccer play a state tournament game tonight at South Oldham, 7 p.m.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
if you guys are at that game, send us some pictures and we will post them.
Bittersweet
Yep.
Friday night.
Yep. And Fontanium is Saturday. Fontanium's a fun band.
Mhm.
Yep. There we go. Boom, bow. So continuing on though with this Saturday trunk or treat-a-thon, we got the Honda Ween from 4 to 7 p.m. at Hardin County Honda. We got the trick or treat at John Hardin. The Beta Club out there is doing it for us from 6 to 7. We also have a movie in the park, Hocus Pocus, 6:30 in the Radcliffe City Park Amphitheater. It's free. Spooky season movie, Beetlejuice. I'm only saying it twice because it is the second one. I'm not saying
Beetlejuice.
it. See, you can't be doing it the third. As long as I don't say it the third time, I think we're all right.
Yeah.
So I said what it was. It's the second movie of what I said. It's $3 admission, State Theater. Doors open at 6, movies at 7. Cosmic Golf has its first Halloween party. It's 21 and up. 8 p.m. to 12. Costume contest, giveaways, spooky drinks, and food specials. Phil will be there. You can hang out with Phil because they'll be partying out there.
That's for sure.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. We also have a spooktacular shopping event at Pritchard Community Center. It's the second one they've had. It's the second spooktacular from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Pritchard Community Center on Sunday. And then there's a Clean Lane trunk or treat car meet at the High Five Smoke Shop. And that's from 4:30 or 4 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. But the oddest thing I've ever seen at a trunk or treat like poster was a couple things with this. They said no burnouts and keep the revving to a minimum. So you can rev. So rev it up for the trunk or treat, but keep it to a minimum. So I feel like that's good rules for all trunk or treats. No burnouts and no keep the revving to a minimum for all trunk or treats. All right. I'm glad they let us know that though.
Me too.
That's it.
that was quite a lot of events, wasn't it? I'm glad you got through it.
Oh yeah, with some help from my friends over there.
Of course.
Everybody.
We appreciate you guys commenting, and we always encourage it. And if we do miss something, you can always pop into the live stream during our current events and just start spamming us with events. I mean, we may block you if you spam us too hard, but we won't. We love to have the feedback, and it does help us figure things out and know what you guys are interested in. So we thank you for that. So we just also wanted to thank you everybody for joining us today. I think we've already covered most of the comments, so I think we're good. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday, and thank you for joining us. Was somebody saying something?
I missed something. This is my fault.
No worries.
The Elizabethtown Latin School, which will be renting space in Servants Valley. Their new school, they're planning to open in August 2026, I believe, for second and third grade, something like that. It's going to be younger grades. They're going to start with younger grades and build their way up. They will have an informational meeting at 4 p.m. October 26th. So this will be before we air our next one. There will be another one at 4 p.m. November 16th in the atrium of Servants Valley Church, 1100 Ring Road. It's open to anybody. And I saw people having questions. This is privately funded. They're not taking any state funds. They're just like a North Hardin Christian or Bethlehem over in Bardstown or Highlands Latin in Louisville, which you're probably familiar with, Phil. Covington Latin out in Northern Kentucky. So, they're not taking any state funds. Don't worry about that. But I'm excited. More educational opportunities for our kids, especially for people that like the private setting and the smaller classes and stuff like that. But yeah, that's 4 o'clock on October 26th at Servants Valley.
Great. And so, guys, we thank you for joining us today. We got to jump off here. I got to get my kid today. I don't usually have to do that. So we're going to go ahead and hop off. Chuck just said new bourbon at BBT pouring today and tomorrow. Better known.
Yeah,
better known bourbon. So
yeah, Larrikin bourbon. We got some good stuff, and that little special drink made with it, the bourbon cream as well. Pretty tasty stuff.
Great. Well, before we get off here, just want to give you guys an opportunity to scan our QR code, and you can go find the event links. Well, there's one PDF that has all the events we just covered, and they should have the links in that PDF. I'm pretty sure I put them in there. The ones that we discussed that we didn't share, anything that you would need. And we also thank you for just being here and following us. We encourage you to go to the hardinlocal.com page and do our checklist. There's a bell in the top right corner where you can subscribe. And we also have all our other social links on there. We encourage you to follow us here on Facebook first, but also follow us on YouTube if you're watching there, but even if you're not. And then TikTok and, Instagram, all the other ones. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you have a great Tuesday evening. We'll be seeing you next week.